It's still on. I've been out here dinking in the shop and catching up on some videos and some comments. Watching Piper Doug. He's just busy spending money, you know. The Canadians, they got lots of it. He's got some parts for his self-propelled disc vine. Big stack of boxes. Box on top's more expensive than the rest of it. That's typical. Anyway, good heavy dew this morning. I was gonna go move that little traveler, you know, 4:30 this morning, kind of like I started yesterday out. And I thought, nah, because the next run is a short run. Move it later. Wait till the seat on the bike dries off or something. But there's our more or less sunrise. Should have got you the sunset last night when I was shutting that little traveler off. It was kind of nice. But anyway, I did play with that blade while the video was editing last night. I made what I do. I went down and back, down. Then I backbladed. That's what I did. Seemed to work. Definitely got to tighten those springs up. I mean, I know why they're there. If you're like in a pushing snow or something, and you hit something hard, and the blade itself is only 1/8" material. Don't want to tweak the shit out of it. But if you remember what this looked like after we moved the tin, I come right down here to the edge of the ditch and I bladed uphill, and it did really, really well until I got down in here. There was a, not very deep a one, but there was a little water wash right here. And then up here you can see, I didn't get over here because I'd be into the posts. I hit this one and just about laid the blade flat in front of me. I mean, it's made to do that. Oh, look, it rained. It might have been that one. Yeah, it was that one because that one's checking it out. Anyway, it did good, I think. I've run dozers for years. Dozer, you can sit there and lean over and look at the end of your blade and know where you're at. This thing, nah. I mean, you got it angled, you can see where the front kind of is, but you can't see anything else, which makes it a little difficult because you can't tell how much you're cutting. You just got to kind of go by feel. But it did work. Couple places I want to use it. I know it ain't going to do too well until, say, we tighten those up more. I was pushing the blade. I was pushing the top of the blade back so it was tight against these. And Ty was turning the nuts to put pressure on it. And she was just doing it by hand. And unfortunately, biggest wrenches we got are 2" and that's 2.5-ish. Metric, but 2.5-ish. So I still gotta do something there. And definitely add onto the hose because, sometimes even like coming in here, because I've been coming in and parking on that angle. If you got something on, that's kind of in the way, so you raise up and over it. I gotta watch that short hose doing that. Because just raising up so I could see that bin underneath the blade pulls that hose tight. Really what I might do is add a 2-footer to the one and a 1 foot long to the other. Be about the best thing. We'll see. Remember those little feet that were on that blade? It didn't want to flip for me. Here, I'll show you. That's what they looked like. But you bring it over here and that falls off. And you take this over there. You make it nice and even and smooth. And I have a pair of those pins now. Throw them back here in the pin storage. Used to be better before that was in here, but then we used to have a 3-door plastic deal here, but you could reach around it better than the fridge. And that shelf was made for our original fridge in here because it fit there to there. That one's taller. And yeah, through the shithole here. And those bump stops. They'll make good bushing for something. Yeah, cleaning stuff up. And all those little corners I cut off of those plates. Clean them up. Except for the tiny ones. Oh, I missed one. Damn it. Clean that up. Keep those because they're great gussets for all kinds of things. Oh, and there's the piece I cut off where the line was hitting. You can see where it's hitting right there by my thumb. There, we'll get over here. There you can see it. Yeah, that's what I cut out of there. This and that and this. Oh yeah, don't forget the spring, because the spring rode here. The pulley was here. That's in the scrap. And this linked to it somehow to help hold it. That was the fan drive tensioner on the bale wagon, where it came around the corner. I want you to notice something here. If you ever have one and you screw this piece up, you're pretty much screwed, because you're not going to fix it easy. When they threaded it, it's threaded from this end in on the rod. Then they put the nuts on, then they weld the end on, because this is full-sized. The nuts can't come off. I was going to take them off, put stuff separate, but I can't. So I guess that's as cleaned up as that's going to get. It may find a use the way it is. It may find the saw. Who knows? But got to get some of this crap cleaned up. I mean, there's filter housings from when we were scrapping stuff still laying here that never got put away. That's the socket that belongs to my pickup. That's the valve we changed out on the irrigation pump, because I know it's there, but I can't find it. I think it's right here. It's got a crack right here. It had a piece of rubber on it with a clamp on it so it didn't spray you in the face. And I think we're going to be able to fix that, unscrew that, and I might try to TIG that. It's brass. You can TIG brass. Brass is a lot easier to TIG than aluminum. So that's what I'm going to do with that, I think, eventually. Shut the camera off and look who comes in to see me. Come on in so you're not a silhouette. Now, turn. Good morning, Blakely. Good morning. Silly little bugger. Yeah, what's this? Little dog hair.
So you've had a hard morning this morning.
You had a hard morning? Yeah, I've seen a whole bunch of texts.
2 nappies.
Yeah, I've seen a whole bunch of texts this morning. Poor baby.
Oh my God, it's
Anyway. There, now there's proof she's here. Ty said y'all got to see it. I can't read it with your hand in the way. All wrinkled. The princess has arrived.
Huh.
There, now we know.
Grampy's princess?
We must bow to the princess. All right, it's my time to get a little Blakely time. Getting a little bit of Blakely time before tackling more of the mess in here. Oh, you reaching for it? You reaching for it? Gotta take it off. Can't play with it today. Darn it. I think I mentioned earlier, had issues with the skid steer. Ground wire from the frame under the seat to the bell housing broke off. And the gauges weren't right. Like sitting here with the key off, this was against this peg. And I noticed for a little while my voltage was hanging around 8 on a good time. Well, now it's showing 10, which still isn't quite right, but when it's running, it's going up where it needs to be. They let us get down to get the traveler. Didn't care that we came through that gate, but boy, as soon as we started to come back, that's why I pushed those piles up. It's all one big pile. The hump at the left end has the big stump under it. The hump at the right end has the far stump under it. There's kind of a hump almost in the middle. That's where the other stump is. They've been wanting to change pasture for a couple of days, but I've just been pushing them to stay in that one. Now we're going to water that one again. Bring the little gun up to run the headlands. But let's see, kind of needed to let these out of here first. And she's hooking the hot wire up, which I just unhooked because we have to have it unhooked to hook the irrigation up. I don't get it. So now she'll forget to unhook it, and she'll turn around and she'll shock herself, and I'll laugh. And yes, calves are stupid. Biggest thing was she was in the way. Kind of figured that. Most of them are going to come around on their own, if not all. There goes Hopi. Yeah, in the last couple chickens. So there they are. They're going to be unhappy when we hit 90, 95 here in a couple of days and they don't have their shade, but they can also lay on the other side of that pile later in the day. It's only like, yeah, it's at least 10 feet tall. Give them a little shade, not a lot. Just got to have two stupid ones. I think these are the two that are always stupid. Dumbass. And now he probably didn't get shocked because he didn't have a hoof on the ground. But yeah, got stupid ones like that. Everybody does. Yeah, change the plans a little bit. I didn't want to run the big one here because I'm not going to come out at 2 o'clock in the morning or 1 o'clock in the morning or midnight, somewhere in there, and turn it off. So it's on the next run, which is long enough that 5 or 6 it should be in. It's just starting over there. Just a little pressure difference between the two. This one's already got enough to go and it's already traveling. You can hear them good bearings in that. But that valve's open one turn. That one's opened all the way. And there we go. And believe it or not, that one's close enough that the two will meet in the middle. Be probably just this side of where that pipe goes under the fence. So, there we go, and they have all migrated back to that far corner. They haven't even been over there by them piles of sticks yet. They kind of worked their way along the right side until they got over there. Yeah, now figure what to do for the rest of the day. This one, yeah, it's probably going to be after dinner before I come to shut it off. But the nice thing is, I can see it from the trailer. It does make it nice when I do run this one here, because I can see it. It looks like this one's just hitting the pipe. The other one should be getting more than that. But the other one is also farther north. So, can't even see where it's hitting at the end. So, this little go through dig and shovel. That's actually made out of an old shovel. I think I cut it in half and then did that. Kind of matched a factory gopher shovel. Handle's taped up because it's been broke. This is what we've been using to get that little traveler to anchor in, because it just fits right in where the feet are. You weasel it in, but as dry as your ground is, we wore the tape off the end, and that's not the easiest. So here's the new and improved one that is going to stay on the traveler, I hope. Piece of exhaust pipe, sharpened pretty good. I already tried it, it worked pretty good. I just plugged the end of that pipe because, yeah, we were going to shove dirt in it. Just old water pipe. I think that should fit on one of the deals we hang stuff on. As long as it doesn't spin around and get into the hose, it'll be fine. Especially since I sharpened it. It's damn near sharp as, well, it probably is as sharp as Ty Lim's knife. And yeah, I ground it off. Some of it was kind of ugly because the galvy, even though you ground the galvy off, there's still pockets impregnated. That's what that hole is right there. There's another one next to it. I ain't gonna worry about it. It ain't going nowhere. So, this will go on to Old Traveler next time somebody's out there. And it's pretty much that time of day. Ty is feeding. Starting to get a little nervous about tomorrow. And, well, we're coming up on the anniversary when Becky's mom passed away. And Grammy was always there for every one of Ty Lynn's surgeries, and not this one. You know, she's had, what, 7, 8 surgeries? Mostly on her knee. But, anyway, that's what we're going to throw on there for now. It's icky out, in case you're wondering. It's clouded over now, and it's starting to get darker, but it is so freaking humid it ain't funny.